Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, October 29, 2015, and it's 12:26 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic: what if Iran and Israel went to war today? And this is an article done by Laura Ling. It's Lisa Ling's sister, on October 28, 2015 at 7:34 a.m. And Laura Ling has a website, Laura Ling at Test Tube. It's two words. And you can find that on YouTube as well. But this article was done and it was put on an Israeli news, one of their sites. And it said, what if Iran and Israel went to war today? Who would win? And so she goes through and she talks about the 2.5 million Iranians who are ready today for war, who are ready to go into battle. 2.5 million. There's 800,000 Israelis. So 2.5 million and 800,000, that's a little bit of a big difference. And nuclear, Iran doesn't have any yet, but they will soon. And today, Israel has 50 of them. And so you go on down and talk about weapons, talk about everything under the sun that comprises of a military that goes into war, okay? But I want to add something to that in just a moment. And because everything that Israel has, they either bought it or they took it and rebuilt it. Keep in mind, Israel builds weapons for countries around the world. Israel builds all kinds of weapons of any kind, and they're very smart on this stuff. So everything that Israel has is spotless. Everything, down to the pilots' spit shine shoes that are flying the spit shine F-22s or whatever they have above that. And then Iran, everything they have, they're hand-me-downs. They were given to them by Russia. So they have a bunch of tanks. I think Russia just delivered 179 to Syria, but we know that it doesn't take 179 tanks to battle ISIS, so I think they're there for another reason. But then you have the aircraft that Iran has. Most came from Russia. You have the tanks. Most came from Russia. Their guns, most came from Russia. So what does Iran do with their money? They put it all in building nuclear facilities, not to power their country. They want to nuke Israel. They want that part of the land mass in the water. So will that happen? Laura Ling didn't give a biblical aspect of the battle that would take place. In my opinion, the hook is in the jaw of Russia today. This is why there's such a major buildup in Syria. They are extreme overkill on weapons. So they're preparing for something else. But Laura Ling didn't leave a he won or he won. She just set it up so that you could make that decision what you thought. And I'll say this, although most of what Iran has is used, and most or all of what Israel has is brand new or either newly rebuilt, doesn't matter if Iran had 10 times more than Israel. And if it was all brand new, that wouldn't matter, because Ezekiel 38:39 is very clear that 5 out of 6 of thee will perish. They will strike Israel on all sides at a time when Israel's not expecting, and they'll strike at dusk. Dawn comes, it is all over. War's over. It takes Israel 7 months to bury the dead, 7 years to burn the weapons. And the Bible is clear. It says, and they'll not take trees from the forest to burn, because they'll have weapons of war to burn in place of trees for whatever they use it for. This is for heat for their homes, or for burning in their whatever they use to power the country with. They got it, 7 years worth right there, and they won't touch a tree. But this leads into something else, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it in another one, and I'm going to do it and tell you about a war that's coming after the 1,000-year millennium is up. Jesus is in charge of that 1,000 years. He's the king. He's the Lord of all. But yet there will be another war at 1,000 years. We'll talk about that later. Jody will expose.